What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Mr. King Tigger, and whoever this is dancing around me. We are here with another Trove video, and as you can see by the title, we're doing our top 5 favorite Trove classes, and this will be my personal opinion. These are not necessarily the best classes out there, but which ones I find the most enjoyable, which ones I've played the most, and all those sweet things. It looks like we have another person who has arrived. So how I'm going to do this structured, I'm going to essentially have background videos of each of the different classes that I choose. So that's enough for the little intro right here. Let's just see who these people are running around me. A little shout to these people. Hey, slow down. Slow down. Okay, you're probably on my friends list. What's your name? Rem. Shout out to you, my dude, Rem. And mine, 0510. Shout out to you too. You guys are in my top 5 Trove class videos. So let's go ahead and get rolling into class number 5. Alright, so as we roll into class number 5 on the top 5 favorites list, we have the Ice Age. So, in my opinion, this is actually a pretty underrated class. I enjoy it because of its mob killing, like mass mob killing abilities. I unfortunately have not leveled mine up too much because I have found other classes to be like more enjoyable for me personally. But you have the Big Chill, Frozen Wizard or Frozen Ward, Ice Crash, and Cold Hearted are the different abilities. And as you can see by the gameplay going right here, your Frozen thing, it will just kind of controls mobs, and then your super just like freezes the crap out of them, and your team can go to town on them. So that is pretty much why I like him. Then also for his right click, or her right click, I don't know, Ice Age, whatever it is, it will drop the giant ice thing and does some pretty decent damage, pretty good mob control. And one, honestly, the shield, I mean, yeah, it's kind of there, not really my favorite, but 2, where it freezes everything, that's where this class really shines through and why I like it. I personally have not played it that much, but I do like the design of this class and its mob controlling abilities, so that is why Ice Age lands its spot at number 5. So let's go ahead and roll into number 4. Alright, so as we roll into class number 4, we have the Shadowhunter. So this may be higher on other people's lists, but in my opinion, the Shadowhunter is still a very strong, very viable class for all of your killing purposes and needs. He may not be the most unique class, like he has his bow, he shoots like a minigun, but it's not quite as unique as other classes. This actually was the very first class I ever unlocked, so he always has a special place in my heart. But he is level 30 for me, and he goes to town. He's not the highest level for me, I could have him a lot stronger, but his minigun, it goes to town, and if you have your crit damage and physical damage up, boy, his 2 just boom. Whenever you do that special, mobs need to watch out. Also, his stun is very viable for mob control, so if you're in a solo, you can stun very decently large groups of mobs, and overall it's just very, very useful, very playable, and I personally find, I mean, not quite too enjoyable, so that's why he is not in this top 3, because I don't know, it's just not too unique. After a while it gets kind of bland, but he is a killing machine, so that's why he's on this list. He was my first, and he will always be in my heart. So as we roll into class number 3, let's keep on going. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The top 3 in the bronze position, we have the Chloromancer. This was probably not expected by very many people unless you've known me for a while, because this was actually my very first class I ever got to 30. So not only that, but it's a very unique class. You don't have very many of these types of classes in Trove, unlike the kind of like the Boomer, or not the Boomer Ranger, the Shadowhunter, the Knight. Those are kind of like your basics, but this one, you're just throwing flowers. So your right click throws out the spinny flowers, and that thing just goes to town. And I mean, I kind of switched over to my other few classes, which you'll see in number 1 and 2, which is probably very predictable if you know what classes I main. But just overall, this dude's mob controlling ability, once you get his magical damage and crit damage and crit hit, he can go to town on, well, I guess it's probably a girl, Chloromancer. Why am I just, I don't know. But they go to town on just giant mobs, giant packs. Unfortunately, kind of like for Daughter of the Moon, it's not the greatest for single target, but for the mob control, you can't go wrong with a little bit of Chloromancer. Also, it's a very unique class compared to the other ones. I have already said this, but just like the look. I mean, look at this. You got your flower outfit. And then I also have the bike, which I've probably shown in the gameplay that I'm showing. But this bike, its name is the Bloom Off-Road Custom BL0550. Oh, it's called the Blossom with 5s. I'm stupid. But it just goes perfect with this dude. And I don't know, I just like the way it looks, the way he plays, the mob control. And he was my very first class I ever got to 30, and that's why he is also a special spot in my heart at my top 3-4 classes. So let's roll into number 2. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in the silver position, we have, of course, the Neon Ninja. The man, the myth, the legend. He's a beast. He has his class gem, which just turns him into a monster. So I believe most people will be familiar with it is, but you just land those 3 hits, get the 3 rings, jump back, and boom, go to town. That's pretty much all you need to know about this man, because that's what he does. His one attack, I have honestly never used that, but just his overall style. If you saw my last video, not my last video, but my last Chaos Chest video, I actually got the like infernal outfit. I believe is the Inferno Infiltrator, and that it just looks cool as you're seeing in this gameplay. Just the overall style of my Neon Ninja and its gameplay just makes it very unique. It's kind of like what's it called, the Shadowhunter. As I said, overall the attacks, it's kind of like over and over, but that's kind of what Trove is, you know. But unlike the Shadowhunter, you're in the action, you're whacking away, you're getting those 3 rings, you're jumping back, going to town, watching those 14 million crits, but you could probably get way more. Mine's kind of weak in comparison to what he could be, but that is why he is in the second position, because I love playing him, I love the way he looks, and bam, let's roll into the gold position, which is probably very predictable by now, but let's keep on rolling. As most people could probably guess, my number 1 favorite class is the Boomeranger. Whew, ignore that voice crack. Oh, but the Boomeranger, the man, the myth, the legend, even more than the Neon Ninja. He is the skeletal face warrior with his magical outfit. So, why do I love this dude? Not only does his wand and outfit look sweet, the Magic Man outfit is just very unique compared to any other outfit in the game. And then the skeletal face, even better. Muy bien, as one would say. But also the class gem, it's just very, very unique. And also the ability of him to have a bow or a sword just, I don't know, makes him just one of a kind. His class gem, I love it too, because your chickens, they can go to town on some mobs. You throw your one, not only does it do some good damage, it spawns some chickens, and you just go to town on some mobs. Probably not the most damaging class in the whole game, but all in all, very solid class, very good option. So just overall his style, just the way he looks, in my opinion, and I don't know, he's just a beast. That's why I love him, and that is why he is my number 1 spot and my current main. So hopefully that satisfies your needs of my top 10, or not top 10, my top 5. Hopefully you ladies and gentlemen out there enjoyed my top 5 Trove classes, my top 10, not top 10, my top 5 favorite Trove classes, not necessarily the most useful, the most damaging, but just in my opinion, my favorites, just the way they looked, the way they played, and just kind of like their origin, kind of like the Chloromancer. That was my first one I ever got to 30. The Shadowhunter, my first class ever. Plus, he's a beast. The Neon Ninja is a freaking savage. And then, of course, the Boomeranger. You can't go wrong there. He is not only he's a magic man, he's a skeletal warrior with a flaming head and a flaming wand, ready to kill anyone with my chickens. It's a very interesting composed sentence, but that's how it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I will see you all next time, and adios.